Ebusiafo, I had Davcado TV, and as we are saying about my name, we are coming in live from YouTube. This is Davcado TV on YouTube. If you have not subscribed to Davcado TV, log on to YouTube and then subscribe to Davcado TV. Also search Davcado TV on YouTube and then you subscribe. When you subscribe, then you turn on your bell notification. What it means is that when you turn on your bell notification, it means that anything we are posting, any trending news around the world, and then about politics, about entertainment, about music, and about the youth and the happenings in Ghana and then around the world, you'll be the first person to get in touch with. This is Davcado TV. This evening we are coming your way with political news. Political news kakra the presidency. President John Dramani Mahama made a promise, say when he's sworn in as the president, his first 120 days, he's going to do a number of things. So he mentioned those number of things that he's going to do. So I can say on the 7th of May 2025 marked his 120 days in office. 120 days in office. And the person say the 120 days in office, no. Nyoma no si obeye no. Has he been able to achieve those things? Has he been able to achieve those things? He promised Ghanaians. This is his promise he made to Ghanaians, that when I came to the office as President John Dramani Mahama, I am going to do A, B, C, D. So he promised Ghanaians that he's going to do all those things. So we want to see if indeed, say, he has walked his talk. Now, and you say a propaganda, and you say he just, came out to just tell Ghanaian lies like all other people has been doing, all other political, leaders have been doing. So this is his second tenure. Until a person who say the 120 days, the promises he made to Ghanaians, President John Dramani Mahama, what to me, afofeliana. So on the 7th of May, and a Ohudi meeting, a very let me say political and I say diplomatic meeting. All his appointees, his cabinet, his political opponent leaders, and all his appointees were there. That was the day he launched his 120 days, in government, and I say as a leader. So we want to see what he said to Ghanaians. We want to see some of the things he mentioned that he has been able to do. In his address, President John Dramani Mahama Okanden, the person who nyoma osi watumi I promise is not making it. Has he been able to fulfill all those things in his first, 120 days? So on the 7th, so my member some of the things are that he has been able to fulfill within the 120 days. So first of all, he said he will form a lean and efficient government. So that is the first thing that he said he will do. So forming a lean and efficient government, what does it mean? I promise to nominate the complete list of cabinet ministers for parliamentary approval within the first 14 days and to constitute the leanest and most efficient government under the Fourth Republic within the first 90 days. This is the first thing he said that he will do. That is the forming of a lean and efficient government. Or see, then within the first 14 days, he will complete the constitution of his cabinet ministers for parliamentary approval, and he has been able to do that. So let's move to the second point, where he said establishing a robust code of conduct. Establishing a robust code of conduct. I have committed to establishing a robust code of conduct and standard for all government officials to instill integrity and then accountability from day one. Or see, then I am going to establish a robust code of conduct for all my appointees. It is a why ever foul say we or my leader, and I say we a minister, and I say we a deputy minister, and I say we a MDCs, and I say we a MCs. Who are able appointed? No, President Mahama say, or no, the code of conduct I was follow. That is what is going to guide you as his appointee or as a leader in his government. So you have to follow that code of conduct. So building on my previous effort, I have revoked and finalized significantly improved version of the code of conduct for government appointees. It's Odisa code of conduct by Otome Lanchi, and he informed all his appointees that this code of conduct is going to be our guide. Whatsoever is in this code of conduct is what we are going to follow in order for us to do our work. He has been able to do it. Then the third thing, holding a national economic dialogue, which he has done. He has done just some few months back. He has been able to, and I said just few weeks back, Watumi ahodi economic dialogue with his ministers, with his appointees, and then even people from all walks of life, and his political opponents were also there and all that. This is an economic dialogue for them to know what is going to happen, and then to also accept input from other stakeholders. So we promise to hold a national economic dialogue within the first 90 days to understand the true state of our economy and then build consensus on the way forward. This is what he promised. The economic dialogue was to understand the state of the economy and also to build consensus from all walks of life. So stakeholders were there. And on the 3rd and the 4th of March 2025. So he has been able to hold that, economic dialogue. That is on the 3rd and then the 4th. Let's move to the next thing that he has been able to do. That is scrapping draconian taxes. He called it draconian. I don't know why he decided to call the taxes draconian. So he's scrapping. He said he will scrap. So scrapping draconian taxes. What did he say about that? Let's listen. To alleviate hardship and ease the high cost of doing business, I promise to scrap the e-levy, COVID levy, that is a 10% levy on betting winnings. So see then, he will scrap e-levy, number 1, COVID levy, number 2, then 10% of betting, that is betting tax, and then also the emission levy within my first 90 days. So let's check if he has been able to do it. Watumiaye, he has been able to scrap all these 4 taxes off. These taxes or these tax and expenditure measures were central to our 2025 budget. Into Okai say in his first 90 days, he will scrap all these taxes. So on the April 2nd, 2025, I signed several bills into law, including the electronic transfer levy, that is the e-levy bills, and then emission levy bills, and then betting tax. So Watimi I scrap all these taxes away from Ghanaians. So Watimi easy the hardship that is on Ghanaians. The next one is reviewing taxes on industrial and agriculture imports. Cranioma for agriculture purposes. There have been several taxes on it, and also then I will review the taxes on it. If possible, I will scrap it until let's see whether he has been able to do something. So we committed to reviewing taxes and levies on vehicles and then equipment. So reviewing that is under the reviewing tax on industrial and then agriculture input. So we committed to reviewing taxes and then levies on vehicles and then equipment imported for industrial and agriculture purposes within our first 90 days. So this is what President Mahama said, that in his first 90 days, agriculture imports, if you import something that is going to be used for agriculture, or by review taxes, he is going to review those taxes so that whatever amount of taxes that are on those products, and I said those imports, no, he will rather reduce it or even taking it off. Let's see whether he has done that. He has been able to do that. The result of this comprehensive review will guide policy decision and be incorporated into the 2025 mid-year budget review and then the 2026 budget, ensuring we support these vital sectors efficiently and as effectively. Then the next thing is commencing the 24-hour economy. Commencing the 24-hour economy, which they just, constitute the policy. So let's see what he said about that. One of our signature policies for job creation and the economic transformation is the 24-hour economy. We promise to commence drafting needed legal amendment and prepare for its implementation within the first 120 days. So he promised, said he is going to what? To draft the needed legal amendment and prepare for its implementation within the first 120 days. He has been able to do that. He has been able to do that. So moving on, let's see the next thing that President Mahama has been able to do. So some tangible actions have also begun. So the Ghana Investment Promotion Center has launched 24-hour premium services to eliminate processing delays for investors. And see, about their main policy omudi selling out to Ghanaians, which is the 24-hour economy. It has started already. So the first of its kind is the Ghana Investment Promotional Center. They've also launched the 24-hour premium services to eliminate processing delays for investors. The sad delay now, if you are going to do business with Ghana Investment Promotion, and as a promotional center, those delays where you have to wait in a queue, you have to be in a queue, they will reschedule you. They've been able to do that to be able to implement the 24-hour policy in order for them to erase or also to reduce the waiting period and also the delays. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has launched a 24-hour passport service. Yes, it is very, very true. We are in Ghana here. We saw it, and now it is working. The 24-hour, passport service with passport application headquarters operating 24 hours. So now the passport application headquarters, they now operate 24 hours. The DVLA use a 24-hour service to clear a long-standing 18-month backlogs of licenses and will soon commission a new 24-hour service office at Adenta. So now, let's go to DVLA. DVLA 4, there's been a lot of backlogs, a lot of ijuma. They are supposed to clear. They are to clear, before. But when this 24-hour policy was introduced, they've been able to, schedule their activities within the 24-hour, period, and they'll be able to clear all the 18-month backlogs. That is huge. That is very, very huge. They'll be able to do that. The Youth Employment Agency, that is the YE, is set to launch the Graduate in Corporate Support. I'm referring to Greeks program, which will attach graduate to firms operating 24-hour economy or 24 hours a day. The program is targeting 20,000 graduates. So the YE, in collaboration with the 24-hour economy, they've been able to what? They are going to send graduates to firms that are operating 24 hours, because when they start the 24-hour economy, it means there will be more people needed. There will be graduates that are going to be needed. People that are done with school and they are sitting down at homes, they'll be called upon to go and then assist in these areas. Recognizing the need for robust security, the policy service is establishing a 24-hour police unit to improve night patrols, utilize technology support by nationwide sensitization. So this is police service. Police service too are also what? Utilizing and as inculcating the 24-hour economy in the police. They are already running the 24-hour economy, because Police, they work day, morning, afternoon, evening, night. Police work 24-hour economy. But this time around, it's going to be, it's going to be very, very, very intense, because they are going to go with the policies, and then they are going to be supported by all the necessary things that they need, all their gadgets, their weapons, and everything that they need, the vehicles, the motorbikes, and all that. They're going to be supported, so that then will have night patrols everywhere. The Ministry for Energy and Green Transition is engaging the PURC, that's the PAC, to set up a smart metering with a time of used tariff system, charging a lesser tariff during off-peak hours, a direct incentive for 24-hour operation. That is under the Ministry of what? Energy and Green Transition. So they also promised to establishing an accelerated export development council. We promised to establish an accelerated export development council to promote export as key strategy for what? For economic transformation. So he has been able to do this. He has been able to what? To establish an accelerated export development council. It's a council that oversee, the economic transformation when it comes to export. He has been able to do that within the first 120 days, convening a national consecutive conference on education. I promised to convene, that is President John Dramani Mahama. I promised to convene a national consecutive conference on education to build consensus on necessary improvement on our educational sector. This promise has been fulfilled. This is what President Mahama has done. The next one he said is implementing the no academic fee policy for first year tertiary students. He said it. Every tertiary, universities and other technical universities, he said the first year students are not going to pay. So it's free for the first year student. He has been able to what? To initiate or implement that no academic fee policy. No academic fee policy. And what him I that. So moving to the next one, introducing social interventions, free tertiary for PWDs, DS, and then Mahama case. So he has been able to implement Mahama case, where that Mahama care is going to do a lot of health related works. We committed to introducing vital social intervention, free tertiary education for persons with disabilities, and the Ghana Medical Trust Fund. Ghana Medical Trust Fund, that is into bracket Mahama case. For free tertiary education for persons with disability, budget allocation for beneficiary students has been captured in the 2025 budget statement. So people with disability, which is a very good initiative, because there are a lot of people because some of them it is no fault of DS. It is no fault of what DS are. They find themselves in such situations. Where they are legs, they have no legs, they have no hands and all that. How do you expect such people to work? So those people need to be supported by government initiatives like Mahama Cares, and also like to put some budget allocation for such people. And that is a very good initiative. And within the 120 days, he has been able to do that. And then they're receiving a code to support that. As a citizen of Ghana, if you feel touched or if you feel blessed that you want to support Mahama Cares, where they are going to take care of the people with disability, providing for them and all that, the code is *255#, *255#. You can support in your own way. Commencing distribution of free sanitary pads. Yes, the young and needy girls who are in villages, who are in remote areas, he promised that he's going to distribute free sanitary pads to support them. Instituting inquiries and forensic audit. Yes, he has been able to do that also, because a cornerstone of our commitment to good governance and accountability is tackling corruption and illicit waste. Corruption is one of the things that is killing, our public sector, and then all the various sectors, the ministries, all the government sectors. One of the things that is killing, and then making sure that there's no development, and those start things where things that are meant for the nation, are being used for, is corruption. And within his first 120 days, he has been able to work to institute a team, that is, they call it aura team, for them to investigate all the corruption related activities that have been done previously, and even the ones that are going to be to people that think that, okay, we are in the office, so let's steal, let's go and steal. They will all be arrested. And he has been able to do that within the first 120 days, instituting a policy banning political appointees from purchasing state assets. Yes, most of the times, when goods, are to be sold, you realize that political, appointees or political officers are the ones that get in touch with those assets. So he said there is a ban on any political appointee to purchase any state asset, and he has instituted that. He has been able to institute that, allocating seed money for the Women's Development Bank. Yes, he promised in his campaign time that he's going to, establish Women Development Bank, and then so 51.3 million Ghana cedi has been allocated in the budget, 2025 budget. $51.3 million has been allocated for such, launching priority job creation program. So he has also been able to launch priority job creation program, commencing review on the Customs Amendment Act 2020 to rescue the local automotive repair industry. We promise to begin the review of Custom Amendment Act 2020 to remove the law banning the importation of salvage vehicles. So he promised that this law has to be amended, because there are some things, there are some vehicles they are not supposed to be to even be imported into our country. And he said he will amend. Then streamlining government scholarship administration. That is another point. That is another thing that he said that he will do. Streamlining government scholarship administration to ensure fairness and transparency, and eliminate political patronage and then corruption in awarding government scholarship. We promise to lay before Parliament a new bill to streamline administrative and prohibit political appointees from accessing government scholarship. Yes, this thing is a very, very disturbing issue, because most of the scholarships are not being given to the needed and brilliant students. They are not. For the past years now, all the scholarships have been taken by the so-called political appointees, the so-called political officers. They took all of them. So the people that deserve the scholarship is supposed to be given to the brilliant and needy. That is what it is meant for. But you realize that politicians are banning illegal mining in forest reserve and then rolling out environmental initiatives. So he has been able to do that one too. He's fighting Galamsey, launch the Black Star Experience Tourism Initiative. They just ended it recently, where it was launched at the Black Star, Square area. So Black Star Initiative, Black Star Experience Tourism Initiative. So Watimia launch and also commencing investigative process into security and agencies. Yes, to purge the state security agencies for militia and then the vigilante elements, and then enhance professionalism. We promise to commence investigative process. A board of inquiry has been established by the Ghana Armed Forces to investigate recent recruitment processes. Yes, our services, in our security services, the police, the fire service, and all, you realize that there are a lot of garbage in the people that were recruited based on whom you know. It is not based on scrutiny. security scrutiny. It's not based on that. It's not based on investigation as to know say a way or qualified and as a way unqualified. So they want to investigate all those, recruitment, reopening investigations into major unresolved criminal cases. Yes, there are some criminal cases that have been in the docket for years, some 15 years, 20 years, and they've been there. They've been untouched. Initiate a probe into the VRA Akosomo Bond Dam spillage. This one is political gimmicks. This is something that always happens. So he wants to do that. And he has been able to do that within his first 120 days. Initiate immediate step to compensate flood victims. Yes, flood victims. Who call, Akosom, who call, whenever there's flood and other people, suffer for. Carrying out a shake-up of loss-making SOEs. We promise to shake up and then realign state-owned enterprises. That is the SOEs, state-owned enterprises, to enhance their profitability and value. So far, so good. This is what Mahama promised Ghanaians within his first 120 days. And so far, he has been able to achieve all of them. Kudos to President John Dramani Mahama. You are doing well. Keep it up. We will always continue to support you. We will always continue to work to make sure that whatever Ghanaians deserve, you support them, then you put measures that will help the Ghanaian people and not the individual politicians, not the political appointees that are in the office. We are going to make sure that everybody that has been put in the office deliver. Nobody is allowed to go and steal monies belonging to the state for development, for social amenities, and for healthcare, and for rural area developments, and all that. So this has been Davcado TV. Subscribe to Davcado TV. Thank you to all our retained subscribers. If you have not subscribed to Davcado TV, log on to Facebook, log on to YouTube, and then look for Davcado TV, and then subscribe to Davcado TV. We'll come your way again. See ya.